p.m. For sponsorship, please call or WhatsApp 0805-581-5844. I Beg to Differ is proudly supported by Card Center Nigeria Limited, Codros Group, Obi Wizzy, and Lucas Green Fashion House.
His money sponsor, Tollywood College, Lagos.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Season 8 of the I Beg to Differ students debate. It all starts here, and for the next month or so, you'll be hearing some really young, bright minds come here to give it their all in topics that you care about, that they also care about. Welcome back. One debate down, 31 still to go. More like, what did I just say? Okay, it's not 31, it's 32 debaters. So that's one debate down, 15 more to go in the round of 32. There are 16 debates totally here. And this second hour, we go straight to the second of those remaining 15 debates.
Absolutely. But before we do, we have to determine who debates what side next week. And so we have retained the winner from the previous debate, Olajolo Akinloluwa, to pick a side so that he can get on his way and start preparing for next week. We'll perform the ritual quickly and then you will meet the debaters for this hour.
All right. So it's a simple pick. There are multiple options. There are usually two options. Somebody gets to pick one. Akinloluwa has picked a side.
Yes, he has picked a side. And he will support the motion next week. Here is your topic.
Topic provided his side already known.
You will face the winner of the debates this hour. Okay? The winner of the debate this hour will be your opponent next week. All right? You have your topic, you have your side. Thank you very much.
We're about to find out who those next two debaters are, one of whom will go up against Akinloluwa in the round of 16.
If you're watching the live streams, you should see that our debaters today are quite petite in stature. They're of petite stature, but I'm sure that they are also of large brains, of large minds. Interesting. Join the live streams. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. You cannot miss the action in the studio this evening.
And talking about the live stream, a quick reminder to refresh your feed because the initial feed for the first debate has ended and a new feed is up and running for this second debate. Okay? Please refresh your feed if you have not yet spotted the young debaters for this second debate, and you'll catch them in a moment. All right, special thanks to all our supporters, and our sponsors and partners. Recognition to Obi Wizzy for long-term steadfastness. Biloxi, we appreciate you. Card Center Nigeria Limited, CCNL. Also, Lucas Green Fashion. Not to also mention Codros, our partners. Remember, you can also be a part of I Beg to Differ Season 8. It is very simple. For sponsorships and partnerships, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. info@nigeriainfo.fm. And we'll follow through. So, time now for debate number 2. This debate pits a 13-year-old with a 15-year-old. Let's start by introducing the first opponent. 13-year-old Akaiso Marvel Asukwo is a JS3 student of Heritage Group of Schools, JSS3. Welcome, Marvel. Thank you very much for gracing this debate with your beautiful presence. Are you ready to go? Please come close to your microphone so that the audience can hear you audibly. Are you ready?
Don't be
Beautiful.
shy.
I want to hear your voice.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Good.
perfect. His opponent is 15. She's an SS3 student of State Senior Grammar School Special. State Senior Grammar School Special. Her name, Sontan Moyinoluwa Grace. Hello, Grace. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You can't wait.
Yes, sir.
Brilliant. Let's do this, Yvonne.
Right, you will get 4 minutes in the presentation and rebuttal rounds. You got the email confirming that to you, didn't you?
Yes. ma'am.
Yes, so you will get 4 minutes during the presentation and rebuttal rounds. For the round, you will get 3 minutes each. Okay? For the presentation and rebuttal rounds, you are to present all your points. During the rebuttal round, you must first refute your opponent's points. Okay? Before adding extra points of your own. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You were also told to prepare for both sides of the topic.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
let's decide how you will debate this evening.
All right. We go straight to the ritual again. One of the two could pick. Yes, the young lad picks first, and then the young lass picks second. It's time for us to reveal how these two young ones will argue. Who has picked? Who's supporting?
Me.
You are supporting.
Yes.
And
I'm opposing.
wonderful. I was going to say marvelous. Marvelous. Marvel will oppose the motion and Grace will support the motion. The motion for this hour is homeschooling more effective than traditional schooling? That's the topic. That's the motion before these young, brilliant minds this evening. They know the rules. They have the topic. They have their side. They will debate this evening. Now, all that is left to do is to debate.
Here we go. So, Grace, you are opposing.
I'm supporting.
You are supporting. It means that you will kick this debate off. Is that clear?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Right. I beg to differ. Season 8 has a prize sponsor. The prize sponsor is Tollywood College Lagos. Tollywood College Lagos. Thank you so much, Tollywood, for partnering with us for this season. All right, Grace, it is time to open your case. The motion remains: is homeschooling more effective than traditional schooling? Grace will say yes. Marvel will say no. Okay, here we go.
How do traditional schools address the diverse learning styles and pace of their students? Good evening, honorable judges, accurate and co-debaters. I would like to welcome our opponent and begin our debate: homeschooling or traditional schooling, which is more effective? My name is Sontan Moyinoluwa, a student of State Senior Grammar School Special. I'm supporting the motion by saying homeschooling is much more effective than traditional schooling. Let's start with the keywords homeschooling and traditional schooling. Homeschooling refers to the practice of educating children in a home environment, typically by a parent or guardian, instead of sending them to regular school. There are different types of homeschooling, which are traditional homeschooling, a process whereby parents educate their children using various curriculums and materials. Unschooling, it involves child-led learning, mainly focusing on interest and passion. Eclectic homeschooling, it entails mixing different approach and philosophies, etc. Traditional schooling refers to the conventional educational system, whereby students attend a physical school and follow the structured curriculum. This aspect of schooling consists of the public schools, the private schools, and the parochial schools, which is affiliated with religious organizations. Now, to start with, homeschooling allows space for better academic accomplishment. As the students learn in their own pace, they get to adjust in their own learning speed, focus more on individual needs and goals, incorporate different learning styles, and this increases student engagement and motivation, creativity and critical thinking, and also provide better return and understanding of the material being used by the individual student. Let's take a look at Serena and Venus, the Williams sisters. They were both homeschooled by their father. Their father homeschooled them so they could practice tennis for hours without the constraint of a traditional school schedule. The Williams sisters both became professionals at about the age of 14. In 1999, Serena was the first to win one of the major tennis tournaments in the US Open Challenge. More so, homeschooling provides a safer environment, unlike traditional schooling where you get to meet a lot of people with different characters, and that includes bullies and other forms of violence. With homeschooling, parents get to Parents get to spend more time with their children, studying their pace towards learning when and where they should learn. But in traditional schooling, it's the total opposite. Some parents don't even know if their child partake or understand any of the activities being done in the school. In conclusion, with homeschooling, children are taught in a way that suits that best suits their individual needs. Homeschooling allows room for videos, games, and music, depending on how the child likes to learn. But how many traditional schools does that or has ever thought about that? Even if the thought ever flashes through their mind, how many parents are ready to let that dream come true by providing the needed material, which will cost money? So cost of sending their children to traditional schooling is very expensive. Talk more of this needed material. With this point of mind, I know I have been able to convince you that homeschooling is much more effective than traditional schooling. Thank you.
Well done, Grace.
You still had almost a minute and a half left, but well done for landing well.
Now, Marvel will have the floor. Marvel, here we go.
One of the strongest advantages of traditional schooling is the exposure to diverse perspectives. As Yvonne noted, a good school is one where students strive to understand the world from various perspectives. Good day, the moderator, panel of judges, accurate temper, co-debater, my distinguished audience. And I'm Akaiso from the most reputable heritage group of School of Father, and I hereby sit to oppose the topic of the motion, which is homeschooling effective than traditional schooling? I doubt it. Here's me and my points. To begin with, traditional school teachers are professionally trained and certified, while homeschooling teachers are not. Studies have shown that homeschool students score only 70%. Could not have 70% of homeschool students could not have access to traditional school students. Furthermore, studies have shown that traditional school students tend to score higher on standardized tests when compared to their homeschooling families. Moving further, longitudinal studies have shown that 85% of traditional schools offer extracurriculars when compared to 13% of homeschooling families. Currently, traditional schools benefit by learning in groups, which fosters teamwork, collaboration, and communicative skills, unlike the one-size-fits-cap approach of traditional schooling, of homeschooling. Moving further, traditional school exposes students to teachers who could serve as role model, impacting their life. Good. However, traditional school teaches teachers to adapt to various learning styles. Traditional school also teaches students to adapt to real-world settings. Traditional school provide access to libraries, lab, and laboratory, which are not there in homeschooling environment. A study shows that only 33% of homeschooling families could only have access to laboratory. Moving further, approximately 98% of US public schools tend to show further special needs when compared to 18% of homeschooling families. Traditional school also instill a sense of responsibility among individuals. Studies have shown that traditional school students tend to score a higher level of financial responsibility when compared to 15% of homeschooling families. Traditional schools also do not forget that countries with top education rankings such as Finland and even Japan depend on traditional schooling structures. You said traditional schooling is less expensive than homeschooling. Consider the fact I'm about to tell you. About $700 to $1,800 have been spent on a child per year just because of the child wants to homeschool. That is approximately 2,700,000. My opponents, I'm telling you, who have that type of money to go and give their children just because they want to homeschool per child and per year? Just as Albert Einstein once said, education is the passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepared for it today. Although homeschooling may have its merits, and I do understand it, but I beg to differ. Thank you.
All right. Interesting opening rounds. Marvel spares us a little over a minute and a half. It will be interesting to see how these two youngsters go at it in the rebuttal rounds. To get there, though, we'll take a pause. A quick word from Obi-Wheezy, and when we come back, we'll launch the rebuttal rounds.
Obi-Wheezy is Nigeria's pioneer e-commerce platform for pre-owned gadgets. They are Nigeria's home of gadgets with warranties, where you can purchase all your favorite devices and quality accessories, both brand new and pre-owned. You can also trade in your older devices for a newer model in a simple and convenient way. To crown it all, when you decide to sell off that device of yours to meet that important cash obligation, Obi-Wheezy is your guy. Literally your guy. With offline and pickup stores in Ikeja, Lekki, Abuja, and Benin. Obiwizi delivers nationwide. So make sure you are following Obiwizi on Instagram at Obiwizi Backup Page. Yes, that is on Instagram. You could send an email to the email address info@obiwizi.com or go to the website at www.obiwizi.com. They are also on X at Obiwizi. Literally, Obiwizi. Obiwizi is spelled Obiwezi. Yes, Obiwizi. Follow them on all pages and of course all social media platforms and get that device of your dreams.
Welcome back. It is season 8 of I Beg to Differ Students Debate, the second debate of the day. It pits 13-year-old Akaiso Marvel Asukwo against 15-year-old Sontan Moyinoluwa Grace. Marvel is a GS3 student of Heritage Group of Schools, while Grace is an SS3 student of State Senior Grammar School Special. Time now for the rebuttal round.
And for this round, we'll commence with the motion opposer, Akaiso Marvel Asukwo. You will now get 4 minutes to refute your opponent's points. Your time starts now.
My opponent said homeschooling improves creativity. Rather, homeschooling decreases creativity because students just do what they want to do, want to learn at their own pace when students are at school, busy learning and having time to play. My opponent also said that homeschooling parents can stay at home. So many parents in this hard economy are going to work just to find money to earn and to feed their family. How will school parents be allowed to and even have that time to spend and to stay with a child? And this opportunity, and when homeschooling leave, and when teachers leave homeschoolers, this can give the teachers opportunity to molest the child, which can lead to depression and anxiety. You said homeschooling provides games. Homeschooling provides games though, but homeschooling increases pornography. Students who have access to such games can watch pornography, saying that they are doing it at their leisure time. And most nowadays, some games are even full of sexual materials and sexual immorality, which can spoil the useful habits of such a young child. You also said that traditional school is expensive. Like I said earlier, over $1,800 is spent on a child per year. That is approximately 2,700,000. Do you have such money to just give the child just for homeschooling per year? How much is that money? The money is so expensive. Can many people who want quality education just go and give that money to just give it to their child? No. Traditional schools are paid by taxpayers, which can enable children to be able to learn and to be able to study more. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Rebuttal rounds done and dusted for Marvel. We switch the pendulum again in Grace's court now.
Grace, you have 4 minutes. Here we go.
My name remains Sontan Moyinoluwa. I would like to counter what my opponent said by saying my opponent said something about students, homeschoolers not understanding diverse learning methods or something like that. Well, I don't see it as the way he said it. I totally disagree with that. When we look at it, homeschooling helps students to learn in their own pace. They get to understand in their own learning speed. I think you don't know the story of Ansel Adams. Ansel Adams used to attend a traditional school, but he was withdrawn from school because he couldn't understand the method of traditional schooling. Ansel Adam was diagnosed with dyslexia, which is a situation whereby people learn in their own pace. Ansel Adams was withdrawn from school, then he was homeschooled by his parents, and then he could understand things on his own. Then he also said something about homeschoolers having access to pornography. In the aspect of schooling, the homeschoolers are not being exposed to the word pornography. They are just being educated in their own way. They are accepting, they are acquiring knowledge in their own way. in their own understanding. And also you are saying something about parents not spending time, that the parents they to allow time for molestation and stuff. That can never be possible, because one, homeschooler is not all homeschooling methods that a teacher comes around to teach them. You can also go online through watching the teachers and stuff. And also when you say pornography, you are just making it seems like it doesn't sound that way, because students are just learning their own pace, not in the way of pornography or wherever way you said it. And also parents are expected, it is the role of parents to monitor all the movement of their children. Are you trying to tell me that in traditional schooling, will you expect the parents to leave their work and follow the child to school and stay beside the child during all the teaching lectures and also monitor everything? Definitely not. So why don't you live the lives of homeschoolers and let the teachers or whichever homeschoolers teachers, let them do their job? With this point, I know that I'll still be able to convince you that homeschooling is much more effective than traditional schooling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The rebuttal rounds are over. The topic, as a reminder, is this: is homeschooling more effective than traditional schooling? And you followed both Marvel and Grace in their line of reasoning and arguments.
That's right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, you will hear the closing argument of both Grace and Marvel. Stay here. This is I Beg to Differ Season 8, and it is, of course, sponsored by Tollywood College.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning. I'm talking about research, scholarship, creative activities, service, and public engagement. You will find that innovation and excellence in all these fields when you meet a Tollywood College student. We aim to create students that are successful, lifelong learners, confident individuals, and responsible citizens of society. We want our students to be proud of themselves and their school through the values of integrity, inclusiveness, responsiveness, accountability, collaboration, and sustainability. At Tollywood College, we arm our students with technological supremacy and help integrate it to values, morals, and our cultural legacy. The school curriculum has been painstakingly planned on scientific guidelines to provide students with intellectual stimulation, physical robustness, social adaptability, emotional independence, and leadership qualities. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this beautiful citadel of learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com. That is info@tollywoodcollege.com, or go to the website at www.tollywoodcollege.com. I repeat, www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Ekpe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongotedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
Welcome back to the second debate of the Lagos Regional Finals. And of course, you heard the second debate's opening and rebuttal rounds. We go now to the closing arguments.
Yes, you can also listen on Kids FM, by the way. The dial is 101.7 Kids FM. This debate is airing as we speak on Kids FM. And now we will head straight into the closing rounds of the argument this evening. And for this round, we will revert to the motion supporter. Grace, it is time to rest your argument.
Standing on the existing protocol, I will continue to say that homeschooling is much more effective than traditional schooling. Why? Homeschooling brings mental health benefits. Some kids in traditional schooling get anxious from continuous testing, overwhelming homework, and peer pressure and grades. But with homeschooling, nobody will be able to ridicule them or make jest of them and also pressurize them to do what they don't want. Also, in tradition, look at some lives of traditional schooling kids. They will often leave their home and families with the intention of them going to school, but they won't reach the school. Instead, they would have stuffed their back with clothes and other instruments, and they would go to parties and clubs, or they go to their friends' place. And looking at the lives of traditional school, most of them are the ones involved with marijuana, cocaine, and some other drugs. But homeschooling, with monitoring from their parents, they won't be able to do such. Let's also take a look at the lives of people like Leonardo da Vinci. He is a renowned artist, which is also notable for his works, which are The Last Summer, Virgin of Night, and so many other works. We also have people like Florence Nightingale, which were all homeschooled. Florence Nightingale is the founder of modern nursing. So are you trying to tell me that if they attended traditional school, they'll be able to achieve all of this? No, despite the fact that they were homeschooled, why did they not engage in other activities the way traditional school does? It is because of close monitoring and seriousness from them. And also look at Alexander Graham Bell. He is the inventor of the communication we use, which is the phone. With this point of mine, I'll still stand on the motion that homeschooling is much more effective than traditional schooling. Thank you.
Well done. And now we swing in the direction of Marvel. Marvel, it is time to rest your argument.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come against you and to tackle my opponents. Traditional schooling depend on research tools, facilities, increasing screen time among an individuals. Furthermore, traditional school teaches teachers to adapt to real-life settings and to adapt to real-life learning styles. Moving on, traditional schools teaches students to be able to focus and reduce and help them build resilience through deadlines and peer pressure, helping them to be able to adapt and to be able to withstand such individuals who are going to hinder them in traditional schooling environment. Traditional schooling also increases healthy competition. Homeschooling students just relax and cannot do anything because there is no competition. And this cannot improve them academically. Traditional school produce successful individuals. Many successful individuals such as Elon Musk, Bill Gates. These individuals they are seen today, they are the richest men in the world. These individuals, they were traditional school. Look at them today. They are very, very rich. So are you trying to tell me that if somebody did not go to traditional school, that the person not going to succeed? No. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, these individuals, they are very, very successful. Look at them today. They are among the 1 to 10 richest people in the world. Having said these numerous points of mine, young and old, teachers and students, who will still doubt that homeschooling is not effective than traditional schooling? Thank you.
Okay. And so the debate is over. It's out of their hands. Interesting perspectives. You just heard the voice of 13-year-old Akaiso Marvel. Asukwo Marvel is a JSS 3 student of Heritage Group of School up against Grace. Sontan Moyinoluwa Grace. 15 an SS3 student of State Senior Grammar School Special. The debate done and dusted. We will soon determine who won this particular debate. Remember, whoever progresses of Marvel and Grace will go up against Akinloluwa Olajolo of Wellspring College in the round of 16. We'll take a break. Allow our judges to check their scorecards and dot the I's, cross the T's. When we come back, it will be time for the decision.
Lucas Green is offering something special. Get 2 stunning dresses, 2 fabulous jumpsuits, a chic top with your choice of skirts or trousers, all for just 160,000 naira. But don't wait. Pre-order by November 30th to grab this exclusive bundle. Delivered just 25 days after payment. Hurry, cause styles like this don't last long. Message us on WhatsApp at 070-328-67011 to place your order today. Lucas Green, bringing your custom look to life. Or visit our Instagram at womenwear_by_Lucas Green or our website at www.womenswearbylucasgreen.com.
Welcome back. And so the debates for the very first day of the marathon that season 8 of the I Beg to Differ student debate promises has come and gone. One last housekeeping: the judges have determined who the winner of that debate is. Chief Judge Chike Ngbadiche, Judge Ama Ekove Basi, Judge Ufoma Egbamuno, and of course, Diction Judge Yvonne Okhaifo. We have the results. Before I go to the results, just to clarify, because after the first debate, we got some inquiries, and I would want to think if Yvonne will open that particular. Yes. No, maybe the next one. Yes. This is an inquiry from David from K2, who asked whether there is no style scores, whether there is no score for style. Well, you may have noticed that there has been a slight tweak in season 8 of the debate, where points are awarded in the closing argument, not on the number of individual points made, but by way of the style in which they close their argument. So the third phase of the debate, which is the closing argument, is being judged for style, not just points, not just point after point. It doesn't matter how many points you make in that third phase. What counts is your style, is your ability to drive your argument home convincingly, not how many individual points you've made. And these debaters had been pre-informed that individual points will be judged in the opening and rebuttal rounds. Okay, so your third round is not about individual points, but your ability to make a convincing argument in the best of styles to the very end. I hope that is clear. Having said that, it is now time to go to the scorecards of our judges. Thank you very much. I will go straight to the scorecard of George Ama. In the presentation rounds, Grace 7, Marvel 19. Rebuttal rounds, Grace 3.5, Marvel 4.5. Closing rounds, which represents your style, Grace 5, Marvel 6.5, which brings us to a total of 15.5 for Grace and 30 for Marvel. That is on George Ama's scorecard. We'll go to George Ufoma's scorecard. Presentation 8 for Grace, 15 for Marvel. Rebuttal 2.5 for Grace, 9 for Marvel. Closing round 4 for Grace, 6.5 for Marvel, for a total of 14.5 to Grace and 30.5 to Marvel. Bringing us to the scorecard of the Chief Judge, George Chike. For the presentation round, Grace 9, Marvel 19. Rebuttal round, Grace 5, Marvel 5.5. Closing round, Grace 5, Marvel 7, for a total of 19 points to Grace and 31.5 points to Marvel. That's on the Chief Judge's scorecards, bringing us to a total of 24 presentation points to Grace, 53 to Marvel, 11 rebuttal points to Grace, 19 to Marvel, 14 closing argument points to Grace, 20 to Marvel, for a total of 49 points to Grace and 92 points to Marvel, which brings us to diction infractions scoring. Grace, you will get a total deduction of 7.5, which will bring your final score to 41.5 points. For Marvel, you get a diction infraction deduction of 5, bringing your score to 87 points. And thus, the winner is clear. It is unanimous. Congratulations to you, Akaiso, Marvel, Asukwo. You progress to the next round. How do you feel, Marvel? Congratulations once again. Congratulations. Grace, you know, a debate, like everything in life, that's a one-on-one competition, whether it's football, wrestling, boxing, or tennis. Usually there's a winner and there is a loser. Well done. It was your first attempt. It's your first time at these debates, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. You did well. It could have been better, but it's understandable. It was your first attempt. Judge Yvonne Okhaifo noted a few infractions for both of you. She will share with you. And of course, nobody better than her to encourage you not to give up.
Well done to both of you. To Grace, well done. To you, Marvelous. I'm sorry. To you, Marvel.
Marvelous Marvel.
Well done as well. But I'd like for you both to pay attention to some of these words, especially you, Grace. It is dyslexia, okay? It is dyslexia. And it is Leonardo da Vinci, okay? Not Da Vinci, Da Vinci. All right? So you say Leonardo da Vinci. It is marijuana, not marijuana, marijuana. And of course, I'd also like for you to pay attention to the rule of subject-verb agreements. Time fails me to get into detail, into that in detail, but I'd say that you have to, if what you're trying to refer to is more than one, you must use the plural verb, okay? If it is singular, you use the singular verb. And of course, to you, Marvel, that same admonition applies, okay? Singular noun, singular verb, plural noun, plural verb, okay? You have to pay attention to that. I'd also like to say that, point out a few examples for you, to you, Marvel. You said, here is my points, when you meant to say, here are my points. You use is when you're referring to 1 point, are when you're referring to more than one, okay? You also said one of the greatest advantage. I'm sure you meant one of the greatest advantages. Remember you're talking about more than one, okay? So you're picking one from many advantages to talk about. So you say one of the greatest advantages, all right? And of course, you did say something about parents are going to work. I'm sure you said that in the heat of the moment. You didn't quite mean what you said, or you didn't mean it that way. But you have to also, while speaking, okay, ensure that your words come out the way you intend for them to come out. All right? To you, Grace, well done. Well done. You have come here. You have done your best. It could have been better, but at least you did put in some effort. So well done to you. And to you, Marvel, your opponent next week is the gentleman whom you saw not long ago. He is Olajolo Akiloluwa. You are 13 years old. He is also 13 years old. So I look forward to that debate between both of you. In this case, it would be the big versus the small, because you're quite petite and he isn't as petite as you. So we'll probably have a David versus Goliath moment in the studio next week. Well done.
Interesting. We cannot wait for that. Is it next week, really, Yvonne? Or the week?
The week after.
The week after.
Yes.
There's a week after.
You already know that you will oppose the motion, okay? You will oppose the motion in 2 weeks. And
here's the motion.
Here is the motion that you will oppose, okay? Here you go.
So that's a house cleaning of making sure that Marvel has his debate topic for the very next round, a round of 16. May the best debater on the day win.
I Beg to Differ Season 8 is brought to you by Tollywood College. Tollywood College is the prize sponsor. Alongside Obi-Weezy, we also have Biloxi. We have a few other partners as well.
Cordros and Lucas Green Fashion.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
I believe we can take a few
most certainly. A few calls, some reactions, some calls, some messages.
Right. If you'd like to interact with I Beg to Differ now with the team, call the numbers 0201-277-0993 or 0201-465-7190. Of course, you can keep your WhatsApp messages coming. Just send to the number 080-959-75805. Hello? Are you there? Good evening to you.
1 million, 500.
Hello? Are you there? Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name, please?
Good evening, Mr. Femi. This is Stanley from Ikeja.
Welcome, Stanley. Please go on.
Yeah. I want to commend you people for the good work and also commend the students that debated. It's a very nice one. I listened to their debate. They really tried. They're a very good one.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Please turn down the volume of your radio.
Okay.
Turn it down and call us back. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name?
My name is Benga. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Welcome, Benga. Please go on.
Yeah, I'm listening to this for the first time.
Oh, well, welcome on board.
So, all I just have to say, those people try, but there should be a little changes. Hello?
We're listening to you. Please go on.
As in the audition infraction is getting too much, man.
What do you mean? When you say audition infraction, what do you mean?
I think he meant diction infraction.
The deduction is too much, man.
Thank you very much for that. But I'd like to say that it is because a lot of schools do not pay attention to these important aspects of language that we have a lot of people who cannot make sentences today. And when I say make sentences, I mean make or at least construct a simple sentence or construct simple sentences. If they had teachers who took the time to do this, would have better speaking people all over. Okay? But thank you so much for pointing that out again. Hello?
Good evening, the anchor of the show. One and Mr. Femi.
Good evening.
Thank you very much.
We have Emmanuel speaking to you from Ekwe.
Emmanuel, welcome.
Yeah, good job they are doing. I mean, when it's the first day, especially the first debate, the nerves will come, because it's probably their first experience, facing such a thing, because probably they will have told them that millions of people are listening to them. However, for some of those diction deduction, I think for the fact that our mother tongue, kind of influence the way we talk, the way we speak English, I think some of those things can let go if they are not that obvious. Like some of the ones Yvonne talked about, I forgot about two, that are very close. I'm just looking at it based on the African perspective, because for some of those English people, you can't really pronounce they can't pronounce our names or some sentences of our language the way we do. For instance, when one was trying to pronounce Orene, it is Orene. The way I pronounce it, because I'm Isoko, one won't be able to pronounce it that way. So I think for some of those diction or the pronunciation, if they are so close, I think we should let them go. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate your comment. We're taking it under advisement. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Good evening, Yvonne.
Good evening to you.
Congratulations to you all. I love what you're doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Yvonne, the corrections you're giving them is perfect. It's perfect. Because, most of teachers don't take cognition of all these things. They don't teach them all these things. They just allow them, as they go on, that they will correct themselves. It's not right like that. So, I love what people are doing. Congratulations. And our girls, our children, congratulations. People are we are doing a great job, my dear. I'm so surprised people are doing this debating more than adults can even do. Congratulations, my children.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much, ma'am. Hello.
Hi, Principal Yvonne.
Hi, Mrs. Oboli. Good evening to you.
Good evening, ma. Good evening, Mr. Femi. Good evening to the judges.
Good morning to you. Good evening. What is wrong with me? Good evening, madam. See where my mind is.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
I beg to differ on the opinion of the last man that called that we should, because of our intonation or something. English is English. If you can't speak it, then if you make errors, like my name is. So I think I beg to differ on that one. Well, on the children's performance, Grace was truly graceful. Marvelous was quite marvelous this evening. But what I want to tell them is that they should learn to judiciously use up their time to garner and deliver more points, as it could boost their scorecard. On the other hand, Anke and Joy both gave a good shot at their debate. And I'll say, without belittling the 13-year-olds, they are quite wowing the audience. Thanks to Nigeria Info, our partners, sponsors, everybody, and happy birthday to Principal Yvonne.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli. Thank you. Femi, would you like to read a few messages?
Let me see what we have here. Oh, goodness. I have a voice note. I don't know how to pre-listen.
Should we play that?
Well,
we cannot pre-listen, so
if I cannot pre-listen,
it is.
Oh, by the way, I couldn't even play it from. You could play it from your end there, because of the sound enablement on that system. Good evening, Mr. Femi, Yvonne, and every other person in the studio. I'm Godson Ido from Satellite Town. I've learned a lot in the secondary school debate competition. We really have talent in this part of the world. God bless you richly, Oga Femi. Nice job you guys are really doing there. God will forever bless the CEO of Cool Wazobia Info. To that, we say a hearty amen. Thank you very much to you, Godson Ido, for sharing with us. Where else do I go? Okay, I don't think it's fair to judge the kids on diction. We are not British people. They should rather be judged on grammatical errors. Thank you, Williams. So we shouldn't judge them on diction. We should judge them on grammatical errors, he posits. Interesting. Hold on. Okay. This is something else. All right. We've gotten quite a number. The grammatical reduction from Yvonne is where you guys get it wrong. Somebody just said we should do grammar, not diction. We are doing grammar. I'm suggesting that sorry, I can't.
You cannot read that because it is fraught with errors as well.
Yeah, also her wisdom from Ego Day or something.
This is why we have what we have on I Beg to Differ, because of comments like that are poorly constructed and do not sound, intelligible.
Oh, well, there were typos, no doubt. So, Folani Ajayi Ikorodu, Lagos, sent us a voice note
that we cannot listen to. We do not know the content of the voice note.
Yeah, we cannot replay it. We don't even know whether you meant it to be aired.
How about you type out exactly what you said in the voice note, please?
Yeah, if you typed it out or give us a clue, then maybe we could.
Or better yet, call us. The numbers to call are 0201. We do not even have that much time anymore. But I think we can squeeze in one last call,
yes,
perhaps?
Why
one
not?
last call.
Why not?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
My name is Mike. I'm calling from Agbara.
Welcome, Michael.
You guys have tried. From the panel of judges, Brother Femi and all of you in the team.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to talk about the diction correction. I think it's very, very okay. I appreciate it. If you are speaking English, we know you are speaking English. And this is a word-wide something. It's not just local, leak something, okay? So I just believe that whatever they are doing now, the whole world is aware of it. And they can go anywhere, anytime. They are not local people.
Thank you.
I just believe that anything that needs to be corrected should be done now. Before it is too late.
Thank you.
If you are speaking Yoruba,
thank you, sir.
Yoruba.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your commentary, but we are completely out of time today.
Edozie Din Naji, I just caught your comments. Good evening, Prince Femi and Never Gorgeous Yvonne. These kids are a phenomenon. They're making us proud. Congratulations to their teachers and parents.
That's right. I Beg to Differ returns tomorrow. We have had 2 debates today. We have 14 more to go. The competition resumes tomorrow, same time, of course, same station. Stay here. Special thanks to Tollywood College Lagos for sponsoring the prizes for the debaters today. And of course, special thanks to our supporters as well. Obiwizi, Lucas Green, Biloxi,
Quadros, certainly. CCNL, which is a Card Center Nigeria Limited.
Absolutely. We'll be back tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.